Titans Season 3 is out, and all I gotta say is it was great, but the ending left me speechless. What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to give you my review on the first 3 episodes of Titans for the premiere season, Season 3. All I gotta say is, guys, whoa, mind blown. I was speechless. The opening itself was pretty good, especially when it comes to the Titans. The Titans really are officially the Titans now. After seasons 1 and 2 didn't really exactly officially have them. Sure, they sometimes were there and stuff, but they weren't really doing much crimes and stuff. Which is exactly what we get here with the opening of season 3. The Titans are officially the Titans again, and they are out doing the crime fighting and everything like that. We even have Nightwing showing off some of his detective skills. We hardly got to see any of that. But most of all, I love to see how the new dynamics of the team are now that season 2 is behind them and they've pretty much been reformed. But not only that, though, it was also in the fact that as the episodes went on, I just couldn't stop looking at it and being like, yes, I am seeing some improvements. Now, is that saying that it's completely improved and all the other stuff that was bringing it down in the last 2 seasons was bad? No, there are still some things there. Like in the fact on how some things are being a bit rushed here and stuff, and some things are just being thrown in there without any explanation as to just make things be there. But they are overshadowed nonetheless by the improvements they made in this season, in season 3. Now, this isn't me saying I didn't like seasons 1 and 2. I can rank seasons 2 as the first one I like better than season 1. We'll see how season 3 goes from here, though. But now, having said that, we gotta start to break things down here. And let's start off with, like I said, the Titans are officially the Titans again, and how they made their intro with Nightwing, Starfire, Beast Boy, and Connor, who are on the team. And yes, Hawk and Dove are kind of on the team too, but they're off doing their own thing for a while before they come back to the team. But even still, you can see the dynamics and how their relationship is with San Francisco's police department. They even take time to talk with the news crew, all except Nightwing, because Nightwing worked with Batman, and Batman and him never were one to give the news out. They were vigilantes. Once the job was done, they would leave and stuff. But it was also nice to see that Grayson has now officially moved on to his Nightwing personnel, not just with his suit, but in personality. Because in the first 2 seasons, he was lost, angry, and confused because he was trying to get out of Batman's shadow, trying to find his new identity, all while trying to run from the past. But when he finally got all of that out of the way, we are finally seeing Grayson for what he is when he is Nightwing. And we got to see him more when he was showing off his detective skills after he learned of Jason Todd's death, which don't worry guys, we're going to get to all that here in a minute. But let's also not forget, we had Starfire here with her new suit, and yeah, she even in the show herself said that yeah, she's hot, which no lying there, she is. But I definitely can't wait to see what more we're going to get from her. Because in this season, right now, it's looking like she's having some anxiety or panic attacks or something. And those have to relate to her sister Blackfire. How, we may wonder? Well, we'll find out come episode 4, since it's titled Blackfire. We'll figure it out then. It's nice to see that we're going to get more on Starfire. While Beast Boy, in the meantime, not much new with him, but it looks like they're going to tease that he's going to be doing more animal forms, and he misses Raven. Poor guy. But hey, he also gets some moments to shine as well in the episodes, like showing how smart he can be when the situation calls for it. And Connor, he gets some time to show that he's improved ever since coming out of Cadmus and finding his own identity. Heck, he's even got fans now. But now, having said all that, let's get into the real stuff here. And that is in the fact that the first thing is Jason Todd. As we all suspected, he dies in the first episode because just as impulsive as he always is, He doesn't listen to anyone, and this is what causes him to die. This is how it was in the comics. It's his impulsiveness that got him killed. But man, did it strike everyone in all sorts of different ways. But in doing so, we also get to see the person who plays as Tim Drake. A bit little brief appearance, but a nice one nonetheless. I would like to think we're still going to get more of him, but I would like to hope we're not going to just rush him into the Robin role here, because the mere fact on the one of the negative things I talked about is in the fact of how things are moving too fast, such as how Jason dies and then quickly comes back to life so quickly. That just made me feel like they're rushing this too much. But like I said, that didn't bring it down enough to make me say this is not cool. I don't like this episode or the way the season started. That was pretty much overshadowed by all the good. However, though, it did help us explore more into the Bat family, which is nice and all, but I hope they don't make that the full focus of the season, because that's one of the other things that there's a problem with Titans, focusing too much on the Bat family and stuff, and the Titans are just secondary there. However, in this case, though, I was okay with it, because for one, we got Barbara Gordon, who we were introduced to, and yeah, while their relationship wasn't explained much, it is shown that her and Grayson had a relationship here and there, and that they're still cool and stuff, and they can still be reminded of their feelings for each other. At the same time, it can get in the way. But at the same time, it also explains to us how she's the commissioner and not her father. It turns out her father died through a confrontation with Mr. Freeze. And not only that, Alfred died too. Before Jason died, yeah, Alfred died. And in season 1, he was alive, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I don't think they mentioned him in season 2. So did he die sometime in season 2, or was it in between season 2 and 3? What's up with that right there? But it also was great to show that Barbara had some issues with Bruce, all due to her father dying, and in the fact that Bruce, in his usual way with his war on crime and how this can put casualties on the people close to him and stuff. And she is right when she says that him and Joker are a lot alike, which is true. They're like two sides of the same coin, just have some different approaches to things. But it still doesn't change the fact, though, that in this iteration, they're making Batman feel the effect of Jason Todd's death in a more suppressing way. Like in the original comics and story arcs, when Jason died, that really hit Batman hard, that when he started fighting crime, he was going into a more violent streak. While this time, this Batman in this iteration is really suppressing it to the point where he seems like he doesn't care, but he does. It's just really hard to show. But this is what also gives us a potential look into some name drops of Carrie Kelly and Stephanie Brown, who he was looking at potential recruits as. But after having a confrontation with Grayson, he just decided to quit being Batman, and then even more, he kills the Joker. But I'm gonna say that I don't know if I can believe that, because while he does have the crowbar and stuff, and does sound like he's talking and explaining in detail that Joker is dead, I can't help but wonder if is that true or is that not true? Because for every time we've ever heard that, it's always been off screen. We've heard that in Apocalypse War. We've heard that from Batwoman. And then there was in the Titans season finale of season 1 in Grayson's Dream. Although in that one, he really did do it. But I guess what I'm saying is I think Bruce only thinks he killed him, but Joker might actually still be alive out there, and Bruce didn't kill him as much as he thought. But neither way, it did infect him enough to be like, I quit Batman. Grayson, be a better Batman. And well, let's just say Grayson wasn't off to a good start, guys. Because while he decided to call the Titans back, which is where Hawk and Dove came in, rejoined the team afterwards, but he wasn't off to a good start. Why is that? Because Jason as Red Hood comes into the picture, and already he gets the better of the Titans in many different ways. But what's more is that, unlike in the other iterations, this Red Hood actually kills people, and not just people, but kids. It even puts innocent people in the line of fire and stuff. And Red Hood never really did that. This is where it leads into my title and the fact that this Red Hood isn't an anti-hero. He's a straight-on villain. But that's where I think something weird's going on. And it's connected to Dr. Scarecrow. I mean, well, you know who I'm talking about. Jonathan Kane, Dr. Scarecrow. Yeah. Why I say that is because the cops, Barbara says that she uses him as a consultant for info, but when Grayson always came to him, it's almost like Scarecrow knew exactly where Red Hood would be, as he gave them clues, the clues that were so spot on they were able to find him and stuff. So I can't help but think, are those two working together? Because one thing we haven't you gotta know is that Jason had a chemical with him before he died. A chemical that looks like it could have been something he was working with Scarecrow about. Even Grayson was wondering about that, and I can't help but think, what if that's what's causing his behavior? Because this all leads into episode 3, where the shocking conclusion of it all, which was coming from the beginning of the episode to the end, had me at the edge of my seat there, and that was in the fact of what he did to Hawk. He put a bombing device on him that's attached to his heart, that once it beats down, that once the heart beating number on that device goes to 0, the bomb will explode. And man, his life was hanging in the balance. All this time I was thinking they were going to do it. They wouldn't make it through it all. But as they kept getting closer and closer, then we have Dawn, who couldn't wait any longer and actually went through with what Red Hood's demands were. It led her and him in a standoff, with him having the supposed bomb and her having a gun to kill him so he wouldn't release it. But in the end, that was actually the trigger. He tricked her, and I'm sorry, guys. I was just in so much shock I can hardly put the words in. But he tricked her into thinking that that gun would stop him, but that gun was actually the trigger to the detonator, and that's what caused Hank to die. Yes, Hawk died. I was speechless. I couldn't believe it. I did not expect. I mean, I knew Jason was going to die, but I didn't know any of the Titans were going to die. Oh my God, that's just whoa. But still, that makes me know something weird's got to be going on here. Because yes, Jason's an ass and stuff, and sometimes he can be very violent. But I didn't. But it really seems strange that he would put innocent people with their kids and children in the line of fire. So I am definitely curious as to what's going on. There's got to be something up here. And no doubt it has to do with the in-between time of when Jason died but came back to life. How he's resurrected this time, we don't know yet. From what I heard, it's episode 5 where we'll get the answers to that. Well, all I say is episode 5 better get here, because I need to know the answer to that. But nevertheless, guys, that's the episode, and man, what a way to start. The way it opened and had me excited with what we're getting here, how episode 3 ended it all. Oh man, I didn't have the words, and I pretty much may not have them now still. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it all at that, guys. Tell me what you thought of episodes 1 through 3 of season 3 of Titans. Do you think this is better than what they did with the first 2 seasons? Let me know in the comment section down below. But until then, if you enjoy my videos, all you gotta do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. And until then, MegaGeekMixer signing out. Bye!